Good morning, everybody. I'm Marlene from Building and Decor, Walls and Roofs, Floors and DAS. And today I am very, very, very happy to have with us the newly appointed CEO of the GBCSA, Lisa Reynolds. So Lisa and I have known each other for many, many, many years. And Lisa, lovely to have you here. And congratulations. Yes, newly appointed.
Thank you very much.
You started the 1st of June.
I did start the 1st of June.
And?
Very busy. You know, people always think that for some reason they think lockdown's not busy, but it is.
Yes.
And there was a lot for me to start with, a lot of me to carry on with. So it's been very hectic, but good.
For those people that don't know you, I've known you obviously for many years, but those that don't know you, give us a rough sketch of your background. I mean, this role is prime for you.
Yeah, so my biggest claim to fame, I always say, is that I was one of the drivers to get energy efficiency regulations for buildings, and obviously a huge driver for the drafting of the energy efficiency standards for buildings. So the SANS 204 first, and then obviously the SANS 10400XA. I've been very involved in the writing of a lot of other standards and assisting sort of with driving and writing, policies and sort of influencing the space to go into an energy efficient area. And then I think what people don't realize is that back in 2006, I think it was, I already got involved in the Green Building Council, where I was on a couple of the technical working groups that drafted the first of the rating tools. Mm-hmm. So sort of very, very active in this space.
Lisa, in terms of the GBCSA, so what is your vision coming in as the new CEO for the corporation, for the organization?
Look, somebody termed the phrase green recovery. Okay, so it wasn't me. I read it somewhere, and it really resonated with me. So that if you look at, we all have to recover, whether it be recover the economy from lockdown or we recover ourselves from COVID, is we are in a phase of green recovery. And I believe that the Green Building Council can lead that way, can lead the way into a green recovery. You know, we have to do it anyway. Why not make it sustainable? Why not make it, get the green solutions? We've already seen that during this lockdown period, that human behavior is the cause of, excessive carbon, is the cause of nature receding. And now, I sort of always love the photo of the penguins in the middle of Cape Town, because it just shows you that when humans are not there, nature can be there. Yes. And it shouldn't be this choice. And I think the other thing I see is that it's a good opportunity, it's a good time for us to say, let's recover together, but let's make it a green recovery. And I think that's so it's a huge challenge, but it's quite an interesting one, and I think we can do it. So
you think it's a doable challenge?
Yes, absolutely. Because the thing is, well, if we look at it, and this is a passion of mine, is that we always talk about the concept of green jobs. So when I talk green recovery, I'm also talking about economic recovery. Is that why not, have people in the space of green jobs? Why not create, meaningful spaces for people to work in, but also healthy, meaningful spaces for people to live in and work within. So I think it's sort of time that we really looked at the health of your building, for instance, because whenever we do a green star rated building or there's a green building, we always talk about that sort of the intangibles of it, which is the health of it. Now it's time that we must live it. We have to have healthier buildings. So green buildings are healthier. So I know I'm throwing a lot of concepts at you all at once, but it's just that's how I see where we can go.
In terms of your priorities now at the GBCSA, what is the most pressing on the to-do list?
Wow.
That
I
long
think
one.
sometimes, yeah, my to-do list is more like a to-do short story. It's not a to-do list. And I think I work in priorities when three things are most important in your life. So there's a couple of things. I think we the biggest thing probably would be training, the training offerings we're giving. I think it's because again we're talking about capacity and ability for people to hold these green jobs. It has to come through training and capacity building. I think just looking at the gap of where we are now and where we want to go to as far as the green is. And I think it's also bringing value to our members. I think obviously we're membership driven, and I think members must see in this tough time that we bring value to them. Otherwise, why would they be with us?
And you come
So those
from
are my priorities.
and you come from the membership side as well. So you've seen that side of the organization also.
Absolutely. So yeah, and so even though I've been involved in the Green Building Council, I think it's the benefit is having come sort of from more from an external view and seeing what can be done. And I think the thing is the Green Building Council has so much potential for doing a lot and being a lot more to their members. And I think that's what we really need to get the offer there.
Then also, where does South Africa rank? So, I mean, we have fantastic green buildings, but where do we rank globally? How would you say that we're actually performing in our buildings?
Look, I think we can hold our heads high in the world stage. We are not sort of under any standard. We are at the standard of the world, and look at these. And obviously in Africa, we still want to lead the way because I think there's a lot of potential for us within the whole of Africa to lead the way. But definitely South Africa, we're up there. But there's still concepts of that. The adoption of Green Building Council is not as high still as in other parts of the world. Obviously, in places like in Europe, in the UK, in Australia, green buildings have sort of been embraced slightly more, but we are much further along than when we sort of started in back in 2007, and we are definitely within the world ranking.
What is this? Why do you think the slow adoption? Is it a cost issue or the perception of a cost issue? Or
I think it is as huge as a perception of the cost issue, and I think also maybe it's when we look at it, green buildings also make sense in cutting the bottom line. It's a resource efficient building, so but people don't always see that benefit of payback. So it's always that question of capital cost versus running cost. And we still have that sort of issue in our mind. I mean, even if I look at the minimum standards of 10400 XA, when a lot of the times when I speak to people about, say, the low compliance rate, why people haven't adopted it, haven't embraced it, is because, and they always talk about capital costs. So I mean, that's even at that level, never mind when we want to get to a green building site, because they just, and that's what I'm saying, is the benefits have to be tangible. And again, the running costs are less. They're healthier, and it's just we have to get those concepts to be meaningful to people. It's getting there. I mean, we've come a long way. We really have from zero to hero. We've come very, very far, but it's still not where we want it to be. Still not where we need it to be.
will you be doing a lot of work, obviously, around advocacy around that as well, to get people more educated around it? But I think the GBCSA has done a great job so far. I mean, as you say, they've gone from zero to hero in quite a short space of time. If you look at the phenomenal examples that we have of green buildings, they really have done quite an excellent job. In terms of the GBCSA, every year you have your conference in Cape Town, and you've alternated it sometimes. And this year, what are the plans for October?
Well, exciting stuff.
Yes, tell us.
We have said that we're having a virtual convention,
Mhm.
and we're saying that while the world recovers, we will meet you in the cloud.
Great.
So yeah, so we have a exciting convention. You can join the convention. You can create your own avatar. Your avatar will look like you, if or you can look like anybody actually, however you want to look,
Right.
and you can walk through the virtual exhibition. What's nice with the exhibitors is everybody who will register in your space. You'll see who visits you. Go through the exhibition and then go to the plenary session. You can find your seat and listen to the speakers.
Wonderful.
If you want the presenters, if you sort of more, well, what I call myself BBC, born before computers, and you just want to attend like a webinar type event, you can do that as well. The choice is yours. But we're really encouraging people to embrace the whole experience. Anybody who's played Sims,
Yes.
please, you can play this. So there's going to be the same thing. There's going to be plenary sessions with really good presenters. There's going to be breakaway sessions. There's networking session opportunities. You can see who's there, and you can join them and have a conversation with them. So I'm quite excited. It's a whole new concept. So like huge, we don't know what's what could happen in the convention, but we encourage people to join us. And obviously we've also made the pricing more reasonable because we're meeting in the clouds. So the costs of attending the convention are much reduced, and it's really worthwhile to come and join us.
Great. Where can they register for the convention? Registrations are open, I presume?
Yes, the registrations are open. It'll be on our website, and gbcsa.org.za. And please, just register with us on our website. I think it's going to be so exciting. We'll have a thing as well if you want to. There'll be a meet the CEO session, and you can come along and have a chat with me as well.
Lovely.
So we can chat online, And I think it's going to be exciting.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's always a great convention. So I think that this would also be very interesting, different format, but I presume it'll be just as well as all the previous ones. Any parting thoughts from your side, Lisa?
Sure. I think I'd really, it's a tough time and we can't ignore it, but I would really still encourage people to adopt and embrace the concept of the green recovery. And I think it's an ideal time to think innovatively. One of the things about it I found with people working from home and sort of looking at how to do things differently, innovation is here, and let's use that innovation to contribute to the green space.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us today. The very best of luck with your new position. We're looking
Thank you very much.
In October. We'll be on the lookout for that. And from all of us here at Building and Decor, the very best. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks very much, guys. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
That's Lisa Key.